I don't know what to make of Dallas. Every time I talk about them, I'm a hater. So take that with a grain of salt. I hate the Eagles more than any team in my entire life, and I bet them to win the Super Bowl last year. So when you call me a hater, just understand that I like to think.
Talk about Dallas,
Well, no, but I like to think that last year I predicted them going 8-8 on the money. I know it's not saying much because Cowboys of the Jason Garrett. Like when you think of them, it's 8-8.
Right.
But I do think also I think their offense is going to be just as stacked.
It should be top 5.
It should be a phenomenal offense. I still don't understand the disrespect for Michael Gallup. Every team preview that I've seen, it shows Dak, Zeke, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb. It's like, dude, he had 1,100 yards.
Oh, he'll get when he signs with a new team in a year or two. He'll get promoted.
Green Bay.
They don't care about receivers.
They don't care about receivers. But you seem to be not as concerned as I am about their defense.
Well, their defense is average. I think that's kind of the case. But they still got players like DeMarcus Lawrence. I know he's coming off a down year, but he's still someone that causes havoc. If Van Der Esch stays healthy, he does his thing. And I don't know, Jalen Smith's coming off a pretty bad year. They don't have a lot, but I don't know. They're one of the better drafting teams. You notice they know how to develop talent.
Draft well.
So I'm expecting a couple of players to emerge, and with the veterans they bring in. And hey, people can make fun of me if they get any contributions from Randy Gregory, Alden Smith.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna be so excited to see Alden Smith, the redemption story.
You want them to get something out of guys that haven't been in the league in the last 4 years.
Oh, Randy Gregory, he was in the league maybe
2 years ago. I'm sorry.
Show some respect. But the defense looks a little iffy. But look, in that division, I don't know, Redskins offense iffy until Daniel Jones improves. Giants offense a question mark. So I think they could coast by it, and maybe we'll get more into Philly. But that offense kind of is looking for identity. So if there's a division where the defense could afford to be below average to average, I think it's this one.
How much do you think the CeeDee Lamb pick was also to spite Philly?
Maybe a little bit, but I think just a talent on board like that, I think they just had to make it happen.
I don't know, man.
A player of his caliber, it's you got to make the move.
Right. At that point, you take best player available.
Atlanta got a lot of heat for passing up on him. People are saying, Falcons should have just done it. And I was like, maybe. I don't know. They had a lot more. Atlanta has a lot more pressing needs than Dallas. I think Dallas, they still like Awuzie. I don't think he's a bad player. He's not number one, but I think he competes out there. I don't really like Anthony Brown, but
Anthony Brown sucks.
Yeah, I'm not.
Shout out to Ahmed. Anytime Anthony Brown would line up on Odell or any wide receiver in the entire league, it's food. I don't get it. I don't know, but
give out a lot of shout outs to our boys on this spot.
Yeah, we got it, man. Dude, I'm mad excited that I found it. You're like I've seen the last couple of weeks I've gone to Josh's crib, but besides that, bro, I haven't been out. I've been playing Call of Duty like an asshole for fucking 3 months. But all right, I'm a little concerned with Dallas though. I do think that it's a big year for them, man. They are really invested on going all in. And also, I think with the question marks of Dak's going to want to get paid. So he's going to be fired up. But then how much of that is going to weigh on him too? Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see. I think the team, which is going to go into my biggest X factor, it got to be the health of the Eagles. And I know right before we started recording, for the members of the Patreon, you guys are hearing this the day that it happened, but they've already gotten hit by the injury bug.
Torn Achilles, Brandon Brooks, one of the true soldiers on it. Him and Lane Johnson, that right side, they just destroy people.
So now he's going to be out for the year. And I think it was Carson Wentz. I tweeted this out the other day. He had such a great season for the Eagles. And it's just mind-boggling how good of a season it was with what he had to deal with. Greg Ward is his wide receiver. This dude was a college quarterback.
He was in the AFL, I think.
Carson Wentz in a season with practically only running backs and tight ends. This is from Thomas RP 93. Thomas Peterson. He's from Philadelphia Sports Nation. Franchise completion record 388. Franchise passing yards record 4,039. Only QB in history with 3 straight games of 30 completions and no interceptions. Longest active streak of games with touchdown pass in the NFL at 19. Alshon Jeffrey, the human corpse of wide receivers.
Man, I used to love Alshon.
Deshaun, he's good when he's healthy.
I still want to believe in him.
He's just not there. Deshaun Jackson goes ape shit week 1, gets hurt against the Falcons.
Yeah.
That entire roster, entire offense takes a hit. Don't look the same.
Aguilar really dipped. I know Aguilar's always been iffy, but I thought he was slowly getting better. But last year, there's a reason why he didn't get re-signed.
Aguilar with the drops against the Falcons. Yeah. A lot of dropsies for them.
Yeah, bad one against Dallas, or he didn't lay out when he should have.
Arcega Whiteside was like everyone's fantasy darling.
Couldn't separate.
And it was just a lot, like Hollins was filling in also. The best player on their offense was probably like Dallas Goedert. Outside of like Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until later in the year that they got production out of Miles Sanders. And then you look at that playoff game against Seattle, Wentz gets hurt in the first quarter. So it's like the health of this team is just out of control. They was just getting banged up left and right. At one point, Boston Scott was getting 20 carries in the backfield. So
he's a playmaker.
He is a playmaker, but that's not a guy that you want to feed the ball 20 times.
He's 5-10 touches.
Yeah, exactly. He's a scat back, a Darren Sproles kind of player. Mm-hmm. Shit, even Sproles got hurt too.
They got a strong locker room too. Like you rarely see things kind of fall apart. Even when things they might have a 2-3 game losing streak, but you don't see that players really turn on each other. Yeah, I just think what Doug Pearson's built over there. He's done a real phenomenal job. I'm sticking with Philly for X Factor, but I just want to know what their offense is gonna be like, because we didn't mention Jalen Hurts, but what is that gonna do? Like, how much is Doug Pearson gonna look to like create those gadget plays for him? Because it seems like he's gonna be a big part of the offense. But how?
Well, if you spend the second round pick on him, I would assume so.
And then I know why you want to have a security blanket, well, not security blanket, but backup option, because look, Carson Wentz, the injury history is there. But I wonder about their identity. I wonder how Jeffrey's going to look. Is Deshaun Jackson, can he play 16 games? It's just, I want to know what their offense is going to look like, because it was such a disaster last year. Like, Wentz, he was just running for his life at times, and not to mention the offensive line was injured. Just, are they going to be, because Doug Pearson is one of the better play callers in the league by far, but I just want to know, maybe Miles Sanders takes more of an enhanced role. Maybe they'll use more play action. Like, I just want to know what their offense is going to look like when 100%, because we saw the offense one game healthy last year. So I just want to know what their offense is going to be like, because I have a pretty good idea that defense is going to bring it. They usually do. It's now, I think, what's going to determine if Philly is going to be a playoff team is their offense.
I'm looking at their depth chart. Oh, wow. They got Marquise Goodwin.
He's a burner. That's about it.
Maybe to replace Deshaun Jackson if he gets hurt. Probably kind of do the same things. Deshaun is definitely the better wide receiver. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at their wide receiver core right now.
They need a deep threat.
Rieger that they drafted. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about him. I do know that he's from TCU, and the last TCU wide receiver that went in the first round was Doxson to Washington, and he was out the league.
Just a jump ball receiver.
Yeah. So you're right. I'm curious to see what their offense is going to look like. You spend if you take someone in the first, second, or third round, you want them to be a part of your game plan, right? Like, that's how successful teams work. And then anything after that, it's like it's a gem. It's a diamond in the rough kind of play. So I'm curious to see also. They have a great mind, and Peterson still over there. So I think this division could be interesting. Do you last thing I'll ask you, is it a two team race?
Yeah.
You don't see either of the teams making noise?
Giants defense, I don't know what's there.
There's a lot of question marks.
Huge liabilities, and Washington, it's just too discombobulated. I do like their defensive line, but what's that going to do when you're going to be down double digits a lot of games? And I am a Ron Rivera guy, but it's just Washington. That's going to take a 2-3 year job.
What's the absolute ceiling you see for those teams?
What you talking about, Washington and the Giants?
Yeah,
6 wins. Because I just think Philly and Dallas, those two teams right there, they could be like, I would even say second or third best. Because I think right now, best NFC team, I think you just have to give it to San Francisco on principle. But who knows? Maybe Dallas, Philly, they could surpass New Orleans. Because, look, New Orleans, no one knows what to make of New Orleans right now after what's happened the past few weeks. So, but I think Dallas and Philly both are two teams that should have Super Bowl aspirations.
I don't disagree with you. I just know that there are a lot of question marks with those teams, and in particular with the Giants. As a Giants fan, there's a lot of things I'm excited about, and there's a lot of things I have no idea what I'm gonna expect and see. I just don't. I just don't know. I know what their ceiling could be. I like to think what their ceiling could be, but also the floor, we've seen it. 12 wins in the last 3 seasons. So let's wait and see.